The iconic Ashes rivalry is living up to its hype. England are 28 for 2 and have a 35-run lead over Australia at the end of day 3. Ollie Robinson was the pick of the bowlers for 3 Lions as he ran the lower middle order as he ran through the lower order of Australia. He also picked up the important wicket of centurion Usman Khawaja, but it is his expletive-laden send-off to the Australian southpaw that is courted controversy. Did Robinson cross the line after Khawaja's dismissal? That's the question we are asking in this live. Hello and welcome to WION Sports Xtra. I am Nikhil Mathur and I'm joined by my colleague Vidur Kathuria.
Hi.
It has been a fascinating 3 days of Test cricket.
Absolutely.
And before I talk about the controversy, let's talk about the dismissal. Many say that baseball is being aggressive, but there's method to the madness. Khawaja got into a muddle when Pat Cummins came into bat. He was playing well, but he wasn't able to score runs. And that field setting by Ben Stokes, if the pitch was a mirror image, there were 3 fielders on the leg side and 3 on the off side. And Khawaja, I don't think would have charged down Robinson and played that shot if that field arrangement wasn't there. And what a beautiful wicket. How do you look at it?
As you said, it's being aggressive. It's thinking out of the box, which England have been doing for a long time now since Brendan McCullum took over. Khawaja was playing beautifully, but pressure was put on him. Even after he scored a century. It seemed as if Khawaja was under pressure. It was a brilliant ball, and he wouldn't have, come down the track if such an aggressive field placing wouldn't have been there. And sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But now you have to credit Ben Stokes and England because it paid off. And you have to take those risks if you want to win test matches. And England have been taking risks, like we saw in the first innings declaration.
And they are paying off those risks.
Yes, well, it could backfire because they're 20 for 2 right now. But again, that's what we want to see. We want to see drama. We want to see theatre. That's what Test cricket is all about. That's what the Ashes is about. Until now, it's lived up to the hype. But of course, now we'll talk about...
and use the word theatre. Another guy used that word after that send-off.
Yes. That's Ollie Robinson. Well, the question that we are asking in today's live, did he cross the line? That's not for us to decide. The ICC will decide if he crossed the line or not. In the heat of the moment, many players, in history have said, have swore, and that's what happens. There are hostilities between the two players when you're England, Australia, as the Ashes. It's, they're high on emotion, and maybe he shouldn't have, used expletives. He used some choice words, and obviously,
which we can't mention in this live.
Of course, we can't do that. But in the heat of the moment, it happens. It adds to the drama. It adds to theatre. Ollie Robinson himself said that that's what the crowd comes to see, and that's what he delivered. A great wicket, and of course, he was extremely happy about it. And the rest of the team as well, they came and patted him on the back. Joe Root, in fact, is earning plaudits for the way he conducted himself. But Joe Root congratulated Usman Khawaja for his century after he got out. But that's fair. I think he's entitled to celebrate the way he wants, Ollie Robinson. He didn't, in my mind, he didn't really cross the line because it was over there. It was a couple of words in the heat of the moment it happened. And then Khawaja also didn't make a big deal about it. But having said that, he will probably be handed
some sanctions,
demerit point, which is fine because you don't want to see that kind of behavior sort of after every wicket. And the ICC will,
But he was charged up after that wicket, and he played a crucial role. Otherwise, Australia would have taken the lead, but they didn't. And also, speaking about Australia, they were 7-run short. A lot of questions were asked when England declared on day 1. What's your take on that? Because now, if you see in hindsight, they restricted Australia. So was that a good decision?
They had a lead. They bowled Australia out, and you can say that Khawaja's wicket was
turning point.
England have made these bold decisions. They sort of surprised everyone. In fact, even in office, some of our cricket experts, traditionals, and people who have been watching Test cricket for a long time. It's new for them. Declaring at under 400 when you have 2 wickets in hand, and you have
a
guy like
Joe Root batting on 100
just completed a century and he's batting beautifully. But even then, they declared. It's new. They are rewriting the rule book of Test cricket, and it has paid off for them till now. Of course, when you take such a bold decision like that, it can go either way. But that's what you want to see. You want to see a result-oriented Test match, and that is what England plan to deliver on. They want to excite the fans. They want to produce top-quality Test cricket while playing, their baseball way, which is full of aggression and full of bold decisions.
A lot of when Joe Root played that reverse ramp, a lot of players said that that's not Test cricket. But my question is, what is Test cricket? Is there a rule book you can't play? You can play a cover shot.
Rule book. Who decides what Test cricket is and what is not? It's a contest between bat and ball. If you're scoring the runs, there is no do's and don'ts list and the shots you can play. It was a brilliant shot. It was unconventional for sure, but Joe Root was playing it, and Joe Root is undoubtedly one of the best Test batters of this generation. He proved that again, and his innings was crucial for England. And of course, the bold declaration, it can still backfire because right now they are under pressure. But even if they go on to lose the Test match, maybe they learn their decisions. But I'm saying the way that England are playing, in fact, Ben Stokes also said, I think it was a few months back, that the path that England are on, they are bound to lose a few Test matches. But they want to continue on this path, and a couple of defeats will not change their approach to the game, and that is what is so refreshing to see.
And as you said, there are drawbacks to this approach. For example, like the last session where there was rain and there was cloud overcast conditions, and Ben Duckett, there's a stat about Ben Duckett that since he's made his return to Test cricket, in the 700 balls that he has faced, he has only left 6. But those 2 wickets fell because they went chasing after the ball during the overcast conditions. So it also has his drawbacks. But that's part and parcel of cricket.
Well, the fact that Ben Duckett has only left such few balls, it's because he had the freedom to go out there and play the way he wants to. And it's got them success. We keep coming back to the same thing. There is freedom. They're very clear in the way they want to play, and that's with the bat and the ball. And of course, there will be criticism, especially from the old school followers of the game. Which they are, it's a
they're entitled
game
to
of
their
opinions. But in my opinion, there is no rule book. You can play the way you want to, and of course, then the results speak for themselves. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But for the game of cricket, for the game of Test cricket to last, to stand the test of time, because the game of cricket is also at a crossroads right now. And I think this fresh new approach will garner more viewers and more fans of the game, especially in England. So I think overall, the way England are playing, it's very positive.
And I think for me, what defines baseball is the first ball of this Test match. Outside the off stump on the 4th stump, and Jack Crawley going for it, cover drive for a 4. And Ben Stokes' reaction was like this. It's better to, I think even Virat Kohli can take a tip or two from Jack Crawley on how to play a ball on the 4th stump.
I think India can, take a leaf out of England's playbook in the way that they want to approach this next cycle of the World Test Championship. Because India's approach, especially away from home, has been described as a bit dated. They need to freshen things up a little bit within the team, and also the way they approach the game.
So, I mean, the first session on the 4th day is going to be crucial. Who do you think? Who are you backing now? It's evenly poised. Maybe England are a bit. Those setback of 2 wickets, maybe.
2 wickets. The thing about Australia's bowling lineup is that they are going to continue being very consistent. And Pat Cummins, Josh Hazlewood, Scott Boland bowled brilliantly in the first innings, and they will once again need a special innings, like the way Joe Root played in the first innings. If he didn't play, England wouldn't have gone past 350. And that is something that they need now. You're playing against the World Test champions. Australia extremely high on confidence. But I think someone will stand up and score big runs. Bairstow, we saw in the first innings, he batted like he was playing a white ball match. But that is because
he was making a comeback after a long injury.
But that's also because he had Root at the other end. So they instill confidence in each other. But having said that, of course, they will need someone to play boldly. which they are very much capable of. So I'm still backing England.
And will Australia bat today? Maybe 10 overs left. England
declared.
declare.
Probably declared. You never know what you're going to get with this England team. But again, this match will definitely see a result, and it's the first Ashes test. That's what we want to see. So yes, I think Australia will bat first, and in the first half of the 5th day, I think we'll see a result. I'm not picking a winner right now.
Okay, so we are waiting for your comments. We'll take all your comments on our Facebook page, Twitter, or on YouTube. But first, let's take the poll. Did Robinson cross the line after Khawaja dismissal?
Ooh, 50-50.
First even Steven result of our Facebook Live.
First time ever.
50%. I think these are 50 and 50 Australian and England fans.
But yeah, you do. It's understandable that straight down the middle opinion, because that sort of approach in Test cricket usually divides opinion.
So yeah, we'll wait for the comments. So what do we have on our show at 6:30 p.m. IST? Beginning with golf.
Oh gosh, yes.
I mean,
Sports Xtra Digvijay Singh Deo will be very happy
that we are beginning our rundown with golf. And Wyndham Clark wins his major title at the US Open. And who came second? Rory McIlroy. It's been what, 9 years?
Yeah, 2014, the great Rory McIlroy. He's won everything else. He's been world number 1.
Yeah.
But again, he cannot become a 5-time major winner. He's been a 4-time major winner for now 9 years. So when will the drought end? Don't know. Then of course
another drought ended for Spain.
Spain have won their first major international trophy since 2012. They beat Croatia on penalties in the UEFA Nations League.
No major trophy for Luka Modric probably?
Unfortunately, he said he has made a decision on his future and he will announce that soon. That is his international future. His club future is also up in the air. He's also said that he's going to announce his next club, if it is a next club. He's been linked to a move to Saudi Arabia. And we have Formula 1 action. Max Verstappen has continued his dominance. I think it was what, his sixth win of the season.
6th win, 4th straight win, and sixth win of the season in 8 races. He has 69-point lead over.
No competition in F1. He is far and away the best driver. He's far and away part of the best team. Red Bull have won all races this season, and of course he equaled the late great Ayrton Senna's tally of 41 race wins. So all that and much more on WION World of Sport today at 6:30 p.m. IST. See you there.